Everybody, it's Steve, your realtor with Remax Metropolis. What I want to do is go into a little bit more detail with the current market report that's just come out from the Toronto board. I'm going to make this a little bit quicker, but I'm going to share my screen here and show you exactly what's going on in relation to Toronto versus Durham. And I wanted to go into just the detached market. So here's a graph that we show. This is the sort of alarming graph that everybody looks at. And we're looking at, this is a number of sales within the past 12 months. This is in Toronto. As we can see, we had a peak in March. Again, October kind of peaked up a little bit, and it's dropped off the cliff for November. October. September, we saw a little climb. This is very impactful graph, but in reality, all this shows is the number of transactions. Realistically, I think it's much more informative to look at the average close price or the average sale price. And we can see this graph is a lot less dramatic, shall we say. We're showing a peak of February in 2022 of pricing, and we've seen a steady decline in pricing, bringing us into November. I think that's definitely more of a relevant graph. This is detached homes listed under $2 million. And this is Toronto. So again, this is a wide area. Just to show you the difference, I'll show you Durham. And again, Durham has had arguably one of the more volatile markets. And in this, we can see that Durham, realistically, again, same peak. Everybody had the peak in February. But we're looking at a slight trending up between October for the month of October. So again, it's an interesting stat, but if we look at number of sales, again, we're seeing the same kind of dramatic drop off in the month of October. Those are interesting. Again, it's all, to me, it's what we're looking at is trends. We're not, if I drill this down by sub area as well, if I look at Ajax as an example, and this is pricing, again, we've seen a more marked decline than Toronto in terms of the trend. And again, a little bit more of a drop in October. So it's really important to look at these statistics in the context of where you are looking in your product, in your search. I'll look at Oshawa real quick. And again, I think we're seeing very similar trends. So Oshawa, here's an interesting thing. Oshawa, we're seeing a trending up in the month of October. But again, the sales volume or the unit sales volumes are lower right now. So any price changing or sale price changing is going to be fairly impactful when we look at statistics. So again, this is Clarington. What it comes right down to is you need to look at your local market, and you need to figure out, where you're comfortable and where you see, if you're looking for the bottom of the market. This is the decision you have to make, is where do you think the bottom of the market is? It's really hard to guesstimate the bottom of the market, because we really don't know when the bottom was until it starts to come up again. So if you're in the market for a home and you are ready to pay the absolute lowest price that you can pay, that's a really, really challenging thing. So anyway, as I always say, contact me directly. We can look at your target market. We can look at your home purchase needs, and I can show you the statistics, and together we can determine sort of where your sweet spot is, where you're going to be able to afford. And in reality, with the recent changes in interest rates, Bank of Canada is seemingly not too interested in bringing rates up anymore until we may not see any more new rates until next year. But it's hard to say. It all depends on how the inflation rate performs. But your mortgage professional is the first call you need to make when it comes to affordability. And secondly, again, we can look at different areas, but there's not a lot of magic. It just comes down to research. Anyway, I look forward to speaking to you. Give me a call anytime. And I'll be more than happy to help you out.